If you've looked around our website, you've looked at the inventory of original paintings, and you want an original painting, you may want to consider commissioning a painting. And here's the first thing I want to say about commissions is that it doesn't cost any more to commission a painting than it does to buy a regularly priced original painting. It is the price is determined by a linear inch formula. If the painting is 24 by 36, you take 24 plus 36 times $45. That's our linear inch price. So that way you can figure it out yourself if you want to get a 24 by 36, but you really might like to upgrade to a 30 by 40. It depends on your budget, and so that's a finite concrete formula. Once in a while, if the subject matter is really detailed or something that I'm not real familiar with, and I have to do some research or a study to really get ready for it, that might cause there to be an additional cost, but that doesn't happen very often. So the process that I want to walk you through on commissioning a painting is pretty simple. First, we determine the size. Secondly, I like to know where it's going to go in the house, and I think that's super important to you. Thirdly, what's the subject matter? Fourthly, will it be framed? Fifthly, will it be shipped? And sixthly, what's the turnaround? The turnaround for an average commissioned painting is 4 to 6 weeks. And 8 weeks, most of the time if it goes into 8 weeks, it's because the sketching process takes longer, not because of me, but because of you. And I say that with all due respect, but some people like to really explore. And that's another thing. Sometimes there can be an additional charge if you explore too much during the sketching process. It doesn't happen very much, but I'll let you know what the limits of the sketch are. Let's talk about subject and the sketch. So this, by the way, all this back and forth takes place either by email or phone, whatever's comfortable to you. I'm comfortable with phone conversation, but I can email just as well if you'd rather not speak in person. But people have very specific ideas sometimes when they commission painting. Other times they're more open and saying, this is kind of what we want, what can be done with this, and I am very good at working through. By the way, I did want to mention that one of the reasons that I don't have much aversion to commissions, they're very much part of our business, and I do commissions. I have commissions going every month, usually 2 or 3. And the reason that this is a comfortable process to me is because I spent about 25 years in advertising where everything is commission, and you're working with clients every day, in the creative process. So I'm comfortable with it. So again, oftentimes the subject is determined, or we get at the final decisions about that through photographs that you have, photographs that I might take. Maybe we find something on Google Images just to get us in the ballpark, but we're looking at photos, cropping them to the size, talking about what's there, what's not there, how we want to approach the view and all of that stuff. If you have a photograph, don't necessarily assume that you'll just bring me this photograph and I'll paint the photograph, because that does not usually yield a great painting. There's some discussion, a lot of thought. I got to bring all of my artistic, background into making this great painting. And so I develop a sketch, and once the sketch is approved by you, then I begin the painting. So then I paint the painting, and I send you a photograph of when I get to about 90% completion, where I know I'm still going to be putting some finishing touches on, I will send you a photograph of the painting, and then we have a discussion, and you approve it. That way, nothing is shipped to you unless it's been approved by you. And if there are, you can. Sometimes a client will get into extensive changes. Usually, that's not a great idea, and I'm very careful to walk you through what can and can't be done, because you don't want to get to the end and then just have me repaint the thing, because that's going to show. Paintings can very easily be overworked and really suffer from that. So we don't want to do that. But minor changes, often people, might have to do with color, might have to do with the way something's rendered. I think in most cases people are surprised how closely I come to executing the sketch, that there's no surprises. The process is pretty much built on the theory that I don't want a lot of surprises for you. I want you to know exactly where we're going from start to finish. So that is a little bit about the process. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask us, but I'd love to do a commission for you if that's something you'd be interested in diving into.